Welcome in, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, joined by Andrew Zerhide this week. And Andrew, we've got a lot to talk about. Opening day's finally here.
Right.
Come and gone. Celtics, you're a big Celtics fan. Playoffs coming up, so let's get right to the Red Sox.
Sure.
Opening day, winning that 5-3. Rick Porcello pitched well.
Yep.
Just your initial thoughts on that game and the start to the season.
Well, it was a great game. It was, I thought it was very much a baseball game. You know,
Yep.
It wasn't too high scoring, but there were some runs scored. The Red Sox against Garrett Cole, they were kind of shut down at times early on, but I think it was the fifth
inning when they broke it open,
with
right?
2 outs when they really just broke it wide open, and with 2 outs, really that was crazy. But Benintendi hit a 3-run bomb.
Big home run, yeah.
That was huge on opening day at Fenway.
Yeah, and we'll talk about Benintendi
yeah.
next segment, but he's going to be a superstar,
Yeah.
as you can see on opening day. And you're right, it was a baseball game. It was good pitching, some good timely hitting, a little bit of a scare there with the bullpen. You know, the Pirates got to the bullpen a little bit. Wasn't anything too bad. But let's start right off. Obviously, Porcello pitching on Wednesday night tonight. Chris Sale, his big debut. What do we expect from him? It seems like every year the Red Sox, when Porcello came over, he struggled his first year. David Price obviously struggled last year. Is Chris Sale going to have the same thing? He's going to do the same thing to us? These guys are good pitchers, but I don't know if it's pressure, if it's a different atmosphere, but what are we expecting from Sale?
Right. Well, I think a lot of pitchers who come over from a lesser market into a huge market, they can struggle sometimes. But I think Chris Sale is the guy. I don't think he will struggle. I think he is a competitor. I don't think he cares what the fans think of him. And I think the fans will love him.
Yep.
First off, I know they gave him a huge standing ovation on opening day. But I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to pitch through any struggles that he has at all throughout the year. He's really a fiery guy.
Yep.
He's really ace caliber.
Right, and so you got Porcello. He pitched well. He's clearly the leader of this staff. You've got Sale, who's going to be a leader in his own right, but it was his first year, so he'll be a little bit shy. But after that, their pitching staff really drops off. I mean, there's David Price, who knows what we're going to get from him.
Right.
Then there's Pomerantz. Looks like he's on the DL right now, but that's just more of a formality. It looks like he's going to start. Eduardo Rodriguez.
Yep.
Are you concerned, or should we be concerned as Red Sox fans, that they got 2 great starters, maybe Price if he comes back, but after that back end is pretty questionable?
Yeah, going into the year, starting pitching really seemed to be a strength. And then all of a sudden, all these players are banged up.
Right.
But, when you think about it, Stephen Wright, he was an all-star last year.
Yep.
So he's going to be their number 4 after Erod. So, you have Stephen Wright, and if he can do it all what he did last year, that'll be huge.
Right.
And then, Pomerantz, he was an all-star too last year. I know, like you said, he's hurt, so that's really a question. But, with David Price, it's hard to say if he comes back, is he going to be effective?
Right. Do you think he should come back? We'll get right into that because there's a lot of question if he should just shut it down, get the surgery, Tommy John surgery, and then come back next year in, April or May or June, whatever, as opposed to pitching half the year this year, getting hurt, and now he loses 2017 season, then all of 2018. So what do you think should happen?
With pitchers who have had this kind of problem, really they've come back at some point in the season, they haven't been effective. To me, I think you should probably just shut him down, get the surgery, deal with this season without him, get him back next year. I think that's probably the smartest thing to do. I know they really want him for the last couple of months of the year to really push them into the playoffs. But to me, and from what I've seen, and I heard recently somebody say if David Price was younger, he would have gotten surgery.
Okay, yeah.
So, to me, I think you shut him down.
Right.
I think that's probably the best move. It's terrible. You don't want to lose him for the entire year.
But it's better than losing him for half the year this year than all of next year.
Exactly.
I have a theory, and this is a pretty wild one. I don't know if this is true at all, but David Price, I think he's the one pushing for the second opinion, and I think he would be more inclined to take that surgery and pull himself out. It's not the Red Sox. It's him saying, I want to sit down, get the surgery, and then maybe he comes back next year, and then maybe he opts out of his contract to re-sign. I don't know. That might be crazy, but we always think, it's the Red Sox who are trying to have surgery. But maybe it's Price who actually just wants to be healthy himself.
Right.
I don't know, but it's going to be interesting. Kind of a scary start.
Yeah, it is. And I think he said recently that if he does miss this year, he has said he won't opt out.
Right, he did say that.
Yeah, but who knows what he'll actually end up doing. I think for him, he definitely wants to be healthy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he wants that surgery. he wants to be good. He wants to play well in Boston. I think he's frustrated with last season. So
yes, and he wants to redeem himself because he knows he can pitch better. So
Yep.
it's going to be interesting. We also have to talk about the bullpen, couple injuries there, and then the offense, as we talked about. Benintendi, he's going to be a superstar. We'll take a break. We'll come back, talk about some of those injuries and what could happen in the bullpen and how their offense will be without David Ortiz this year. We'll take a break. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.